You know, there are so many people talking about health and fitness. Well, one particular gentleman, an expat that's lived here for almost or around 8 years, has followed the fitness fiend here in Thailand. He worked with one of the large organisations, with the second large organisation, and now has maybe seen the light and decided to start his own business in Bikram Yoga. We thought we'd visit him because, you know, it's not always easy to start a business in a new country, and there are many challenges here, but I think with health and wellness, he's certainly on the right track. I'm pleased to welcome from Bikram Yoga Bangkok, Mr. Rich Nichols. Hi, Rich.
Hello.
Nice
Hi.
to see you. We saw you in a previous life.
That's right. That's
yeah,
right.
and then you were working with True Fitness, and
That's
now
true.
you've got your own business.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was time to move out and do my own thing.
You were working generally in fitness, let's say. How big is the industry, do you think, here in Thailand?
Oh, I've seen it grow in just over 8 years, 8.5 years. I've seen it grow tremendously. When I came here in 2004, there was yoga and there was California Wow Fitness, you know, but there weren't a lot of fitness companies. There wasn't a lot of yoga. And so, yeah, it's grown quite a bit. And I think the craze is really taking on kind of the way it was in the States maybe 20, 30 years ago. Now it's really coming on here.
How did you actually get into yoga? I mean, was it something that because of the stress, because of the feeling of always being under pressure, that you decided you needed something to control yourself? You obviously didn't need to lose weight.
Oh, I have done that through yoga. Everyone needs to lose a little bit, perhaps, but no, I worked as a chef for a long, long time in the States, and a lot of repetitive stress and just stress in general, and my back was a mess, and my knees were bad. And friends encouraged me to do yoga for 10 years, and I resisted. It's like, you know, like, typical white American male, like, I can't do yoga, I'm a white guy, I'm not flexible. You know, my image of yoga was a guy in the Himalayas with a loincloth, you know, like this,
And the head
his legs crossed. I can't do that.
And the legs around the neck.
Right, impossible stuff. But then finally, a friend of mine, we were moving my friend into a new neighborhood in San Francisco, and we were at a stop sign. We saw on the corner, it said Bikram's Yoga College of India, and we said, hey, let's go check it out. And I went up and I got the brochure, and I'm looking in the window, and they're all sweating, and there's like condensation coming down the windows. And I read the brochure, and I said, if this delivers what it says it does, this is what I've been looking for. Because I always wanted a fitness program that was going to really keep my whole body in shape.
Yes, not just a part of the body, yeah.
Yeah, and I lifted weights and ran, I didn't like it. And so I went to class the next day, and I thought I was going to die, all right? I was on my back, I thought my heart was going to blow open in my chest, but it didn't. And I knew it was good. I came back the next day, and I knew right away that this was it.
So then, what brought you to Thailand?
Bikram. My teacher, Bikram Chowdhury,
Okay.
I practiced for about 3.5 years, then I went to training, and I taught in San Francisco a year and a half and went to Sydney. 6 months, came back. He knew I liked to travel, and he was forming this new partnership with the aforementioned California Wow, and I said, okay, I'll do it. I'll check it out. I'll do it 6 months, though. I won't do a year. You know, I'll test the waters. And when the plane landed, I was like, okay, I like this place. This is going to be good, and I've been here ever since.
Yeah,
so,
no plans to go anywhere except home for a holiday, huh?
Home for holidays, yep. See the family, come back. Yep.
So when we actually talk about being part of a fitness group and then actually coming out and having your own business, there's a big difference. I know you've got a partner, but it's a big difference. What was the biggest challenge you had in establishing your own business?
Oh, God.
Well, there's so many.
So many, yeah. Well, the floods last year really wiped us out. That was a big economic issue and a time issue, you know. That really delayed things. You know, the language barrier is always tough. You have to have good people working with you who can communicate for you and translate. Sourcing materials is different than when you're at home. Forming the company, you know, you have to have a really good lawyer, all these things. You have to have a good lawyer anywhere, but here I think it's even more important.
I agree with you, very much so.
Yeah, for sure. So just making sure that every I is dotted, every T is crossed, that it's all done on the right way.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, look, let's go in because I'd like to have a look at the studio. I have to say that Rich gets something like 40, 50 people in here at a time. We'll talk about the classes in a moment, but let's go in and look at, it's going to be an empty space, but let's just get the feeling and let's find out about what is Bikram Yoga? Why is it so different? Because the phone's ringing again, that means more clients. We'll be right back, just 1 minute.
And then Monday to Friday, every day, we have 9:30 a.m., 5:30 p.m., and 7:30 p.m.
So Rich, we're in the studio. tell us firstly, what is Bikram yoga? What is different about Bikram yoga to other types of yoga?
Well, all the yoga that you see is physical yoga or hatha yoga. Bikram yoga is different, number one, because of the heat. The room is heated to 41 degrees Celsius, 105 Fahrenheit, and it's humid. It's a scientific method of 26 postures and 2 breathing exercises that were put together by my teacher, Bikram Chowdhury. He's from India.
Yes.
He's from Calcutta. He spent more time in Beverly Hills than he did in India.
I've read his book, actually. Someone gave me his book. Yeah.
All right. So he studied this stuff, and he put it together over the course of many years and refined it. He took from the original 84 postures, he took the most basic beginning postures into the most restorative method he could find, right? So that he made it available, even though it's extremely challenging. They're all beginning poses. So anybody of any ability, whether you're old or young or short or fat or tall or skinny, it doesn't matter what you do, how much money you have or don't have, you can do this yoga and get the same benefit as everyone else.
Now, you talked before about when you started yoga, you imagined, you know, your leg was round your head or whatever it may be. How much yoga do you have to do to actually get the body to really, is it relax? Is it actually
change?
Yeah, I mean,
improve, restore itself. Yeah, you need to do it more often than not is best. You know, we always say like 3 or 4 days a week to start. Like once a week, okay, you're going to get benefit from that class, and it feels good for a day. It's like a 24-hour cycle, but it kind of dissipates after a day or two. So you want to come 3 or 4 days a week minimum. You can do it every day though. It's not dangerous. It's a daily practice. I think 4 days a week is a great place to start. We use radiant heat panels that heat the room with the same wavelength of heat that comes from the sun. No UV, right? It's just the heat wave. And it penetrates under your skin and it promotes sweating. It makes your body more flexible because it improves the blood circulation to the joints and the muscles, so you can stretch deeper, safely, with less risk of injury, and get more benefit from the postures.
And it takes all the problems that you have, all the, what's the words I'm looking for, but all of the rubbish, shall we say, out of the body. Detoxifies, yeah. What about the people that actually come here? I mean, they're all ages, they're Thai, they're foreigners. What sort of mix of people do you get?
It's a great mix. I've never been in a studio. I've taught in over 50 studios around the world. I would say I've never seen such a diverse group of people, of students. From all ages and levels of ability. Most are beginners, but there's probably 60-65% Thai. There's a lot of Japanese, there's a lot of foreigners from Europe, from the States, Canada, South America. We have a couple students from South Africa.
Some great networking though too.
Serbia.
Oh,
There's
Serbia.
A couple of Serbian
wow.
people here right now practicing. Yeah.
But you've actually got a great network, and I guess that also helps in bringing families together. I mean, if there's the wife, I mean, does she often come with the husband, or does the wife bring the kids, or is it the children also? Yeah,
the children do come, some, you know, we cut it at 10, you know, before 10 they're not quite ready to be in this room for 90 minutes. And do this. The concentration is key, and the sweating is important as well. They're not ready to sweat. But we've got a couple of 13-year-old boys that come, a 16-year-old girl. There was another 16-year-old girl that was here. She had to go back to Japan, I think. But we've had several children that come with the mom. Right. They come, and the dads usually work more. The Japanese housewives, basically, I think the husbands work, and they send the kids off to school, and then they come in to do their yoga. They come at the 9:30 class, and then they're gone for the rest of the day. I
think it's a great concept because you can come individually, come with friends. In fact, while we've been doing this interview, phone's been ringing saying, I want to come with 2 other friends, and I noticed a lot of Thais coming too. So how many classes do you have per week?
Right now we have 22 a week. We're looking to add more classes soon, but we have an early bird class, 6:30 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
This is very American. That's great because everything here starts too late.
And there's a special membership for the 6:30. You can take that class only, but it's a really discounted rate. We've got a 9:30 in the morning, 5 days a week, and then a 5:30, 7:30 in the evening, 5 days a week. Weekends we have 11 and 5, two classes a day.
That's impressive. Now, if people want to come, they've just got to ring you, right?
They don't have to book.
Just come in?
Yeah.
But you need actually to know what the class times are, don't you?
Sure, you need to know the timetable. And come early, please. Don't come at the last minute, your first time especially. But yeah, 20, 30 minutes early, get acclimated, find your way around, get your locker, get dressed, get some water. And yeah, you know, when you come here to this studio, it's like you're walking into our home. people that come have some kind of pre-existing injury or medical condition. Maybe it's an old illness that left something in the body, scar tissue, right? And a common one is high blood pressure.
Oh,
right?
okay.
And I had a girl this morning, she's not that old, she's in her 20s, and she says she has high blood pressure and she doesn't know if she can do the yoga. Absolutely. The first thing we do is a breathing exercise like this.
Okay.
And what that does, it brings oxygen in, it dilates your blood vessels, and it lowers your blood pressure.
Well, you know what? Bikram Yoga's got to be the go, hasn't it? So we have to thank Rich for joining us. Every success with this particular outfit.
Thank
And
you, Valerie.
you know, so many of you thought that hot yoga meant hot towels. Now you've got the answer. I don't know where you thought you were going to put the towel, but anyway. Thanks for clarifying that. And all you got to do is get over to Sukhumvit
Soy 23.
Soy 23,
Yep.
And hot
Hustle.
yoga's already here for you.
Yeah. Look and feel younger. Yeah. Come on down.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Thanks again.
All
Thank
right,
you.
you're welcome. Thank you.
Swadika, this is the Thai way, and I'm Bon Jacobson. In Thai culture, there are sacred and taboo parts of the body. The head is obviously the highest part of the body, so it is considered to be spiritually above everything. So it is rude or very rude to touch someone in the head, and especially don't go there, touch someone older in the head. That's a big no-no. In direct contrast, Thais consider the feet as the lowest part of the body. Never sit with your feet resting up on something high, nor raise your feet above the heads of others. When visiting temples, do not sit with your feet out in front of you and pointed at Buddhist statues. You should sit with your legs and feet tucked under you or pointing behind you. And never use your feet to point at something or walk across people who are sitting on the floor or step over things. Furthermore, leave your shoes outside before entering houses or temple, because in Thailand, people don't wear their shoes inside their house, unlike Western countries. So that's it. Easy, right? Head high, sacred. Foot low, taboo. Right, so that's it, the Thai way for today. I'm Bon Jacobson. สวัสดีค่ะ